So why do you you train people and you to use the map?
Julius here, frequency change approved. Joshua is on 124.55. He's light flight following. Good day.
Thanks a lot. 218 Juliet 0. To do north up.
Right.
On your
right
on your thing here, and
you want to know why? Like, what are some upsides?
Yeah, well, like what? Why? I mean, that's you. Now I do that too, and I'm always like wondering if that's. I mean, you see people doing a lot of like the course
track.
Yeah.
So, two big upsides. A big one, which is not the biggest. I'll get to the biggest second, but the second to biggest would be just a headache. If you have this to track up, you with me?
Yeah.
If you have this to track up, the plane is stationary, and the whole map moves around the plane.
Yes.
If you have it to north up, the map is stationary, and the plane's the thing that's moving.
Right. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah. I got you.
Move left, right. The whole map moves on you.
Yep.
See that?
Yep.
North up, the whole map is still, the plane moves.
Yes, the plane moves. That's
correct. A lot
correct.
less of a headache.
Right.
A lot less of a headache. Okay, so that's reason number one.
Okay, reason number one.
All right. Now, since we're on this, it's good. Are we north, south, east, or west of Fox right now?
Well, we are north. We're sorry. I'm confusing myself.
It's confusing. It's hard to tell if you're north, south, east, or west of something when you track up.
Yeah.
Because what's ahead of you is always on top of you.
Yes. You don't know which cardinal direction
exactly.
you're coming from.
So when you're north up, I always know my position relative to.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that does.
And that is the biggest reason.
You're
flying along.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 10 miles south. I'm 8 miles west.
Yes.
And I love that I proved that you were confused, being you saw what I mean. It was real for you.
Right. But there's what's the negative of it?
But hold on. Do you understand the two positives?
Absolutely.
You're with me there?
100%.
It's all good?
Couldn't be more clear.
Perfect. The only negative I could think of, which I don't consider a negative, would be if you want to actually track this line. Some people might say it's easier if I'm tracking the line like a road. It's in front of me, the lane.
Right.
As opposed to this way. I don't see that as a negative personally. Might be because I'm used to it. But that would be the only thing I could think of that might be a downside. Some people might have an easier time tracking a straight line.
Or they're I'll tell you where I think.
I'd love to hear. Yeah.
Well, I totally. When you're coming in and like we were saying, I'm 7 miles to the south, the east. That makes that very easy. Where it's a potential negative is when you see traffic in front of you, and you're trying to figure out where to look for traffic.
Why? But even that I don't think is.
You just have to mentally do the math. Oh, that's facing me. It's to the right. That means instead it's not that way. It's that way.
Correct.
Right. That's what I do is I flip to this.
Right. So
and this is
again right. So but again because I'm used to the north up, then even that is not an issue for me because if there's traffic here, I look there because I'm sitting there looking that way.
Yeah.
Right. If there's traffic here, I look there. So it's not an issue for me. I wouldn't say that's a downside. I would say it might be something that someone who's used to track up is not used to dealing with. But again, I think those two reasons in the beginning that I mentioned outweigh everything else that we talked about, especially my position relative to stuff.
Right.
I think that thing wins the cake, personally, because there's so much of that in flying. You show up to a class Delta, what do you tell them? I'm 10 to the east.
Right.
Right? But if you track up, now you need to go, man, I can't tell. I don't know. Because whatever's in front of you is on the top of the screen.
Right. Yep.
So that's the answer I have to your question, and that's the reason I teach people north up, because I think, especially private pilots, if this is what you get used to, it's a lot easier and you're a lot better off, I think. I think the benefits of north up outweigh the benefits of track or heading up. Capiche?
Yeah. Capiche. No, I would just, I see there are pros and cons.
There's no right or wrong. People can do whatever they want. You asked me why I teach it that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how, and I'm glad I asked.
Yep.
Because I get both sides, pros and cons. With the bottom line is, if I'm worried about traffic, I go to my traffic map. It's 2 clicks away, and it tells me, and it is north, it's a track up. And then if I go back to here navigating, I use the other way.
You can do whatever you want. That's my thought process with this whole thing.
Yeah.